More than ever, 1990's Paris-Dakar was expected to produce a major struggle between the constructors. No less than 5 teams were in with a chance of victory. Peugeot, the favourites. In the 2205 Turbo 16s, the Africa specialists Ambrosino and Baumgartner, and that other pair of rally experts, Vomberg and De Silva. The 405 Turbo 16s, victorious in 1989, were assigned to the Bjorn Valdegard Fernouille team, and of course to the winners of last year's raid, Ari Vatanen and Bruno Berglund. Mitsubishi, the most fancied outsider, 6 works cars and team leaders of the likes of Patrick Zaniroli, Pierre Lartigue, Jean-Louis Schlesser and the Japanese Shinozuka. Toyota, 5 works cars. Nissan, 3 Spanish prototypes, 4 French prototypes, 7 cars in all. Lada, with Jackie Hicks, Patrick Tambay, Jérôme Rivière, all ready to cause an upset. And finally Range Rover with their 3 prototypes. Faced with a lineup as competitive as this, it's hard to imagine the little 2-wheel drive buggy driven by Hubert Auriol even being in contention, let alone winning. A place in the top 5 seems to be the best he can hope for. Everyone has high hopes. Soon, however, these hopes will be dashed for all but a few. I am rather surprised by the collapse of the opposition. I think it's not that we're doing especially well. I think rather it's that the others have problems. The terrain, sometimes rock-strewn, sometimes flat and straight, claims its first victims. Agadez is not far, the halfway point and a full day's rest. Some teams have already pulled out. Others are so far behind their hopes of victory have evaporated. They simply serve to show how wide the gap is between them and the leaders. In terms of sheer performance and reliability, the difference is evident early on. Peugeot ahead in the Paris-Dakar, with Vatanen and Berglund in the #1 spot ahead of Valdegard and Fernouille. For Jean Todt, everything is going perfectly according to plan. Sure, I'm not here to fool about, but I did have a good workout with Chinosuke in the Mitsubishi on the stretch to Agadez. We were really racing each other to get there first. At the same time, we were driving sensibly and prudently. I must emphasize that. Doesn't happen often. No, but it was fun, interesting. I don't know if you saw it from up there. Anyway, the Peugeot got the better of the Mitsubishi. That's the main thing. The race within a race. Hidden in the haze, the backup vehicles battle it out. This is a job for professionals. The P4s of François Delacour and Maurice Chaumard and the massive Mercedes lorry driven by Georges Groine must meet the same challenge. Stay on the road and keep in touch with the racing cars. The slightest delay, the smallest mechanical problem can weigh heavily on the team as a whole. A late arrival at the camp can mean that sleep is sacrificed in order for essential repairs to be carried out.
Ja, det HMG, det går 10 kilometer och 50 kilometer och med 100 kilometer.
Although it's rare, sometimes the backup vehicles themselves need to be backed up. Oh, it's going like clockwork. Today, here at Gao, with more than 2/3 of the distance covered, our 4 cars hold the first 4 places, with the leader in a strong position. The cars have gone superbly well, and the teams worked well together, as it has at every rally.
Elle le fait depuis maintenant plusieurs rallyes.
The tiniest spanner in the works can sink the less well-organized teams. A straightforward puncture. A vehicle stuck fast. So much can go wrong, and only the best organized teams lose little time. Leaving the track is of little importance, until there's something in the way.
The compass broke after the CP, which means beginning of the navigation section, so which means 300, which means 300 kilometers with no compass, and that's where we lost the time. No, I hit the tree, but no time lost, and car is perfect. My fault.
Well, I think our big break today was when we hit a tree without damaging the car. You sometimes say a Paris-Dakar is never won until it's over, but this time it's truer than ever. If I say that, it's because I sincerely believe it. We've got confirmation of that tonight. Even if you don't get lost in the Nega Pass, just getting through it is a major challenge. The last few real difficulties of the Paris-Dakar rally proved too great for some. That day, the leadership could have changed hands several times. Nearly 3 weeks have passed. Everyone must keep going. They're so near now. They've got to make it to the end.
With the hand compass.
Winning the Paris-Dakar, having conquered Africa, having beaten those others who tried to tame this continent, victorious in the end. 3 weeks racing, but countless hours of preparation. In the end, the opposition was hardly tougher than it had been in previous encounters. The end of an epic adventure. The Paris-Dakar will be associated forever with two names, Peugeot and Ari Vatanen, the winner 3 times in 4 attempts.
The time I have spent with Peugeot has been really incredible period in my life. Not just because of all these victories, not at all. They evaporate, and but because of the loyalty and the friendship inside the team.
4 Dakars, 4 victories, 1, 2, 3 to finish. It's been a marvellous experience for us. The efforts of the company, Peugeot, have been rewarded. The team, Peugeot Talbot Sports, has been rewarded. So have the drivers, the engineers, the mechanics. This year's victory was probably harder earned than in previous years because the other teams had worked very hard. And I must say, we had some tough opposition. To get cars in the top 3 places under these circumstances, I think, is an excellent end to our participation in the Paris-Dakar.
Pour la dernière participation au Paris-Dakar.